majority will fall for this one.
Today, the most anticipated show is gonna be live at our YouTube page. So, King V Podcast, it is a podcast that's gonna cover a lot of contents across all the divides. We're gonna talk about the political matters. We're gonna talk about the youths. We're gonna talk about health. We're gonna also talk about investments. We're gonna bring a lot of professionals on the bench just to discuss about areas of expertise. Now, manze inaenda kwa moto. It's gonna be a very unique podcast. We are not going to specialize because at the end of the day, your story is the most critical point of our view as King V Podcast. Because I understand that every story, it's an in-show, is on. Now, I believe kila mtu who is watching right now, I'm on a poster. A lot of the groups I'm in, be it WhatsApp, be it Facebook pages, most of the people have been saying, Veran, when is the show starting? It is starting right now. And guess what? This one gonna be very educative. It is not affiliated kind of conversation. It's gonna be an engagement. It's gonna be an engagement centered on civilizing youths, educating youths, and above all, because we are going to center into a certain constituency in this country called Matayos Constituency, we have an expert who is also a youth advocate. And he comes from Matayos Constituency. Why Matayos Constituency? Because I personally also come from the same constituency. And we all know charity must always begin at home. And therefore, without much ado, show that I have on the bench today is somebody who is well known, someone who is well educated, someone whose alliance name or nickname gonna make you to think so deep and just keep on wondering which kind of a guy is this. He goes by the name Martin K. Lumumba. Most of the people don't know this guy is also called Kitisia, but he's gonna tell us what that middle name means because most of us call him Lumumba Martin. But then, why Lumumba Martin today? Because he has proven to be well knowledgeable and deeply skilled in youth affairs and advocacy. And Martin Lumumba, don't forget that he is, let me pause a bit, he is a graduate of Nairobi University. A graduate of Nairobi University. So what did he do in Nairobi University? This guy is a graduate, pursued Bachelor of Science in Molecular Biology. You can imagine, Uni science ako kwenye bench. And I just don't know why. From science all the way to politics, all the way to youth affairs and advocacy. He's gonna tell us today. Stay tuned. Guest
sana yangu.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Pleasure seeing you today on the bench.
Pleasure. Naona kazi mzuri hapa King. Thank you for hosting me today. Basically this I'm here for one-on-one or just an interactive session as we enlighten our youth from Matayos. Not only the youth but the whole constituency of Matayos. As you well know, Matayos is a constituency from Western Kenya. That's in Busia County. It's one of the 7 constituencies in Busia County. And being Matayos is unique in its nature as compared to any other constituency in Kenya. One, being a border center. There's the entry and exit of East and Central Africa. That's how unique we are. We make Busia blossom in its unique nature. And having the interconnect between the trade center of border city and Kisumu city does make Matayos a unique constituency within all the constituencies in Busia and Kenya at large.
Martin, thank you for that introduction. And remember, you introducing this particular location, noting that whoever is interviewing you today comes from the same location. And the reason why probably I call you on the bench is because I truly believe you are well versed about this particular constituency. And now, you have really said that it's one of the, best constituents within Busia County.
Best in terms of geographical location.
In terms of geographical
it's well located.
location.
Yes,
Great. Yes. That is great. So, Matayos, from where I sit, I know that when you're coming from Kisumu, you pass Bumala.
Correct.
And then a small place called Lilwanya, and then now to Matayos. And then now, could you just tell somebody who doesn't understand, probably somebody who wants to set up a business in Matayos, could you just simply tell this person the boundaries of Matayos constituency?
Okay. The boundaries of Matayos constituency, basically it starts from Rakite.
Rakite.
Immediately from Bumala.
Okay.
That's now the farthest end. It borders Butula from Rakite. Then all the way as you move to Nangoma, there's a center there, Nangoma. Nangoma borders the Samia part, and Matayos. That was a strategic place. Then on the farthest end, the likes of Mayenje, the other side of Mayenje border, that's where we have the border from Kenya and Kenya and Uganda, the border part.
Great.
Yes. Then at Korinda, there we have it's also an important center because it borders the Teso South part and our own constituency of Matayos.
Thank you. So, does this one mean that clearly Matayos is also a cosmopolitan?
It's a cosmopolitan.
Because you have said about Teso South, and what I believe is Teso is a community on its own,
correct,
right?
Yeah.
And then now, when I say cosmopolitan area or other region, it simply means that it houses different tribes from different areas.
Yeah, sure. For instance, Matayos basically is dominated by the Bahayo as a sub-clan, but when you go deeper, the likes of the Matayos now as a constituency, we have our brothers from Luos, we have Atesos who stays within us, Masais, the Kamba. So it's not affiliated to a certain clan or tribe. It's a cosmopolitan. That's what makes it even more unique. And for that reason, it's because of its position to the border. A lot of goods coming in.
You mean also Ugandans stay in Matayos?
Yes, they do.
Wow.
For business.
Luo stay in Matayos, yes, because it borders Bumala?
Yes, they have business there and they're thriving well.
Okay. So what is this? One might be asking himself, because this is a constituency that is a cosmopolitan constituency, what is the most outstanding a factor that makes Matayos to look unique? Apart from all other sub-counties in Busia County, what does Matayos pride in for? The pride of Matayos constituency. What will you tell somebody right now?
The pride of Matayos constituency, being a border center, is an agricultural center and a business. There's a lot of business going in between the two border points. Yeah.
Oh, great. Now, you just talked about the business, and recently I've been seeing a lot of activities and developments going on within that same constituency. For instance, there is a place called Inasewa. So we have seen of late government launching different projects, including but not limited to industrial parks, EPZ.
Yeah, sure.
There is also an airstrip that's gonna happen there, and then we are also anticipating that we are likely to move the governor's offices to be set up at the same place where the EPZ and whatever is being constructed. We have also seen recently affordable housing.
Yeah, sure.
It's in progress. That it has not been launched, but it's in progress. We're also anticipating the level 4. Is it level 5? Level 5 hospital that is gonna be constructed in the same setup. I don't know. I have also seen the Safaricom M-Pesa Foundation also building a maternity, a very good maternity setup.
I think it's
already in operation. And there is also an investor that, and then remember also the same place. That is where it borders a certain setup where the gold was also found.
Yes.
So what is the future? What is the future after mentioning all these things? What is the future of Matayos in terms of the business, in terms of the population, noting the those developments?
Yeah, sure. Matayos pride itself as at the hub for trade, and having mentioned some of the projects being launched by in conjunction with the national government and the county government. For instance, what we have just stated, the ongoing EPZA that is blooming well at Nasewa. We also have the trailers park in Mundika, that's in Bahia West. It's going on well. There's a lot of activities, government projects going on even in ATC, the likes of the ongoing the stadium. That means Matayos is not only an agricultural center or an production agricultural production center. It's also going to nurture talents. That's why they like things that are going on, like the stadiums, in the current improvement in the health sector. It positions Matayos as a unique area whereby humanity comes first. And when you talk about humanity, that means health must be working.
Good.
Agricultural sector must be working.
Infrastructure.
Infrastructures, to mention just a few from, there's a proposal that the major ring road within Busia County, that start from Sio Port, it passes through the Matayos Market.
Is it the same road that is connecting Matayos to Nambale?
Yes. The same
and
road.
It has been launched by the president recently. Is it a work in progress, or when is it?
It was already the project is ongoing. It started from the Samia part.
Okay.
Yes, so we are hoping it's a 12-kilometer road, or possibly by mid next year it will be done.
Perfect.
It's going to in the farthest end, the likes of EPZA to the main road, Kisumu Busia Road.
Perfect. Yeah. So that puts us down to, most of the youths needs to understand all this. And I really love how you are truly, explaining to the, to the whole Matayos fraternity people. Mm-hmm. Somebody somewhere might just be knowing the name Matayos, but deep down, he cannot even describe the boundaries of Matayos. He cannot describe the, socioeconomic activities that are being brought on the space, the amenities and all, or the most important things and developments in the constituency. Yes. But Martin, maybe before I go to the next question, I'd like to understand what really pushed you to be so much passionate of understanding all the dimensions of your home constituency. Because we know most of the youth, even right now as we're speaking live from Nairobi. Mm-hmm. My ID right now reads Matayos, but I'm in Nairobi. Mm-hmm. My skills is in Nairobi County is using my skills. You get, instead of Matayos using my skills. Okay. My domicile home is Matayos. Sometimes I sit down and I pity why the skills that I have. Why am I working in Nairobi instead of working in Matayos? But that's a story for another day. Okay. So the biggest question could be, what is the drive in you? Why are you so much focused in Matayos nowadays? Because since I knew you have been really playing a fundamental role in a fundamental political role, youth affair related roles in Nairobi. Yes. But right now, you cannot miss to be in Matayos constituency. Even every weekend you're always there. What has driven? What has changed, Martin?
Maybe let me just ask you a question, my brother. Do you believe in change?
Change.
Yes.
Unless I'm a blind and a madman, that is when even mad and blind people believes in change, because they believe one day Jesus will come back and make them see and make them hear. So why should I not believe in change?
Good. That answers my question. Because for you to bring that change, you need to understand what are you changing first.
Good.
And my position has been, the larger Busia, because we pride ourselves as one of the most elite, our level of literacy, as compared to other counties, Busia is on top.
Wow.
Yes.
According to the latest statistics, in fact, we have retained that position for long.
Yes. Okay. So, as a young person, I wanted to be as compared to other counties, that is Matayos. And for you to change something, you must have an idea of what you are changing. So for you to have that an idea, most of the we scholars, we do make mistakes. We assume whatever we are thinking is what people want to
absolutely. That's where we go wrong. Yes.
But now the problem comes. The real change comes when you listen to the person who are going to change.
Good.
You need to listen to him. Let him give him his ideas. Let him give him what needs to be changed. Because they are the people wanasema wale watu wenye wako ground na wale ndio wanasikiza the real ground. If you want to bring development roads, au ndio wanajua ni barabara gani wanataka itengenezwe, au ndio wanajua which setup of even agriculture, the youth digital hubs, which and where place can they assemble more. So it is easier for you to forge that with that discussion when you listen to them. That's why I'm too much interested into the we do talk with youth, the elderly, wazee, all the ages through the WhatsApp, the digital. When we go to the ground, you even interview them.
Martin,
tell them what do they feel about
now you're making me to to start thinking otherwise. Because you being a youth-centric kind of an individual,
yes,
who is fully motivated and geared towards transforming the youth's affairs,
yes,
transforming the youth's thoughts and whatever. But I have keenly listened to you. You're telling me that for you to change something, you must first of all listen to what you are changing, and you must also understand what you are changing.
Yes.
And you have emphasized that you listening, unaskiza ground.
Yes.
Does it mean so?
Yes, yes.
And somebody could easily say, when somebody starts saying naskiliza ground, either this person has a direct interest in probably getting to political seat, ama anaskizia mtu ground. The two things that are coming. Of course, your statement, bro,
yes,
ni kama inaniambia sasa you are either unaskizia mtu ground, ama you simply listening ground for yourself. And you can pretend for long, but you cannot you cannot push us away from how we know you.
Yeah, sure.
Martin, are you interested in contesting for any seat, or you are interested on behalf of somebody who is interested in contesting for any particular seat in Matayos?
Thank you, Veran. Change does not have that political inclination. If a road is built, it is built for the betterment of everybody. So when I listen ground, of course, we as the youth, we shouldn't behave like we are leaderless. We must have a patron. You must work under a patron for you to get that directions, a sense of direction. That's why your question comes in. First of all, I'm listening because in future I might buy. In future, but as the current now,
you are listening on behalf of somebody.
Yes.
Now, Martin,
somebody that one. No. Let me answer you.
No, don't go that way. I want pause a bit because this we must. You are here as a youth advocate.
Yes.
So, Martin, assume right now, as you have stated, you are listening on behalf of somebody.
Yes.
You will listen for yourself in future. So this somebody that you are listening on behalf of, assume this somebody is on. Maybe probably might be an MCA aspirant or even an MP, because you are talking about the entire constituency.
Okay.
And assume when you are going on the ground to listen on behalf of this somebody, probably you have a contrary opinion from other youths. How, as a youth advocate, because we really believe that you're fighting for social justice, you're fighting for our affairs, you're not fighting literally, but you are advocating for the betterment of the youth setup in Matayos constituency. Assume now you get to an area like, let's say, Rakite.
Okay.
Somebody you are listening ground on behalf. These people has different perception about this somebody. And then youth in Rakite, let's say they are a population of about, let's say 5,000. And then youths in Mayenje, for example, there are a population of about, let's say 6,000 or 7,000.
Sure.
And then we get youths in, let's say Abu High West, there are a population of around 4,000.
Okay.
And then within that population, the youths of Mayenje combined to the youths of Rakite and the youths of probably Busia Central Town are of contrary opinion of somebody you are listening on ground on behalf of. Will this youth continue trusting you as their advocate?
Yes, of course they will, because you have not let me finish my hearing.
I'll not let you finish some things because I know.
One, on behalf of the youth who cannot have that chance to traverse within Matayos to get that statistical data. We are now, we want to do our politics from differently, the way we used to. Let's our politics be driven with statistical data. If you're talking about a certain problem, let's identify a certain niche where a specific problem is. Then you try to listen to them. You try to say, if this problem is about economic empowerment, how best can we go about it? We have a youth group. Of course, we cannot empower one youth. We have youth group. We tell them, okay, form a CBO, or since you have a boda circle around, you can join those circles so that instead of giving one youth the way they used
We
to
call
do
them
handouts,
tokenization.
Tokenization.
Yes.
You empower them through those organizations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we're still there because this topic is very wide, and for a youth in a deeper part of Mabunge, for a youth in the deeper part of Nasira, which is also still in Matayos Constituency,
Yes, yes.
for a youth in deeper part of Budokomi, a youth in deeper part of let's say a place called Ilunga, and youth in the boundary between probably, let's say, Luanya and Namwitsula. You have to play a pivotal role as a youth advocate. You get? What is your plan as a youth advocate ahead of this heightened political season in this country to ensure that Matayos youths becomes well civilized, becomes well educated about all these matters that comes with the political influence and the impact? What is your plan? Because now we have already known, some of the youths have already listened very carefully, and have already known that you listening the ground for somebody. Okay? So what is your plan for the youths, not for that somebody you are listening ground for?
Okay, the plan is simple: to have a change in game plan. We move away from the way youth used to do politics, to be used as tools, to be partners into their respective. Okay, the thing is, into their respective camps. We cannot all belong to the same camp as you. But as you, wherever camp you are in the political affiliation, let's say.
But Martin, you're already affiliated, and you have to be neutral. Why? How will you convince the other camp that believe in me? I'm going to represent your voices. You're already affiliated.
I don't tell people to believe in me. What I'm just doing is
you tell people to follow you.
No, not to follow me. Just a normal sensitization. Tell them, no, look, we have been being used as the tools of just tools for somebody to
just say a tool of trade. Give me the power, I get money.
Give me power, then that one. But now I'm trying to tell the youth, now look, this is what has been happening. Show me the result. It's almost none. Few youths have been empowered, or those who have been empowered is because of they are related to those politicians. So I am telling the youth, be a partner in that camp, so that we move away from the handouts to the real empowerments. Okay. I'm not telling somebody follow me because I'm inside in a so camp. No, Martin. That one will come when I'll say, okay, this is of course you need to move with the result, to tell them this is what has been happening in this camp with this certain group of youth. Try to engage their life for the last maybe a certain period they have been engaged with such a person.
Good.
So our convincing power will be result based, not just verbal.
But Martin, you have said something. Somebody needs to understand this, and that is why I'm really very passionate about you bringing out yourself, authentically here. We truly know that Lumumba sometimes even fights us when we try to talk sense on different political forum. Veran, ask Lumumba, will he retain whatever he's speaking right now after walking out of that door? Or Lumumba will again become a keyboard warrior as always and try to become controversial about what he says?
No, first of all,
don't respond to that right now. Keep it that, we shall come later. So this is just something that is why I was asking you. Are you truly speaking for yourself or for your interest on behalf of the youths of Matayos Constituency? Now, Martin, that one you will come and respond it later.
Let me just respond right now.
Be brief. Be brief.
I'll be very brief.
Okay.
So I once alluded, if you have been following my posts, as youth, one thing you mess up is being formless. When we be
rudderless, and you call it rudderless, yes,
and partyless, and leaderless,
airless, idealess. Yes, sometimes you combine a lot of things. Yeah.
Of course, we are radical, we are knowledgeable, we know what's happening, we have information. But how do we convert that data into actions? Good. One, we must have a pattern. And that pattern it must be somebody who resonates with whatever the data or whatever the ideas you are portraying. So basically, I gauged among the aspirants and I came up with one patrol.
Martin, let's take a break. We shall come back later about now talking about who is this. So then you mean that there is a youth leader in Matayos constituency,
Yes.
that you get all other leaders,
Yes.
not aspirants, and you realize that there is one person who can be able to listen to the youth,
Yes.
give the proper direction to the youth. So we are gonna taking a break, ladies and gentlemen. Keep following us on our YouTube page, King V Podcast. When you come back, Martin Kitisia Lumumba gonna tell us who is this patron for the whole youth of Matayos constituency. Thank you.